going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. All right, we got to do it. We got to do our part 4 to the reactions for Night and Day Cartoon Network. I don't know if some of you are aware, but I have been doing reactions to their content since they went viral, actually, with the Shay Shay, I guess the lawsuit stuff that was going on with Shay Shay and the young lady, and their Pixar animations are spot on. So shout out to Night and Day Cartoon Network, y'all. They are so funny. I enjoy their content. Just always got to get good laugh in. So as you all can see, Night and Day Cartoon Network, I am subscribed. I did hit that like button. So make sure you guys go over to their channel, hit the like button, and check out all of their great content. They are deserving of all of these views they get. This is going to be our P. Diddy saga. This is how we report on P. Diddy. Yeah. It's the only way I'm gonna report on it. I'm not gonna report it any other way. And I have about 3 or 4 videos I wanted to check out because it's been a minute. So I'm trying to get back on pace with the videos that are coming out. The only way I'm keeping up with P. Diddy trial is through these cartoon videos, because it would make me mad if I had to just report on it every day, like in, as far as what's going on in court. And to me, it's just a good way to kind of, get a taste of what's happening, but to see it through a different set of eyes and get a good laugh in at the same time. Very serious nature, but oh man, that's why I have to do it through cartoons, because otherwise it would piss me off. All right. Trying to make sure I got all the videos set up. It's like 4 videos I want to go through, so y'all have to just bear with me. But this is going to be fun. And shout out to Night and Day Cartoon Network for subscribing to the Lady Luck Club. That is amazing. And I'm just so excited. And I just look forward to their content as always. So let's get to it. You guys make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're enjoying what we're doing here in the Lady Luck Club. We're putting out great content. We have some independent journalism going. We're focusing on some lawsuit cases, some true crime, corrupt politicians. And then, of course, got to bring in some lighthearted, content as well with the animated, P. Diddy trial saga, as well as, every live stream I do, I try to my best to feature in some baby videos to get some good laughs in. You got to break up the monotony and check out all the other great content on my channel as well. Have some music reactions, have some other investigative information and documentation, documents and videos that I've done on other subjects. So check out the treasure trove of content on the Lady Luck Club, and my second channel, Tommy G Raw Real. It's primarily Tommy G clippers and videos and shorts that you'll find there. Great content as well, and he is a fantastic content creator, Tommy G. So shout out to Tommy G, as well as Brandon Buckingham. Shout out to you both, and thank you both for allowing me to just be a part of, the community and being able to clip great content and share with, my audience here in the LOC and on my second channel, Tommy G Raw and Real. But let's get to it. Let's get some laughs in.
Rapper Kid Cudi testified Thursday that Sean Diddy Combs broke into his Hollywood home in 2011 after finding out he was dating Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
Yeah, so I dated Cassie around 2011. It was briefly because I didn't know that she was still dealing with
Oh
Diddy.
my God,
I had to find out the hard way.
R&B singer Cassie Ventura also admitted that she was dating rapper Kid Cudi briefly in 2011.
Oh my
but had
God.
to break it off because of her on and off relationship with Sean Diddy Tootsie Roll Combs.
Tootsie
So
Roll.
me and Kid Cudi did briefly date in 2011, but I had to call it off because I was still on and off with Diddy around that time, and it got really, really toxic, and just things ended up getting really dangerous, not only for me but for Kid Cudi also.
Now here they go, trying to make me look like the bad guy again. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to touch her hair on that man's pretty little head.
Oh no.
All right, Daddy? So all these allegations that I did this and did that, that's just them trying to make me look like the bad guy. And Cassie, baby, you know damn well when it comes to being toxic, we both was toxic. And that's just what it is. I'm saying, you know what you did, and I know what I did. So don't go around and try to act like you all innocent when it comes to being in a toxic relationship, because you know all about it.
He's so weird. He is so weird. I can't believe that he would even say that. But
Tootsie Roll Combs learned about Ventura and Kid Cudi's romantic involvement during one of his freak offs, where Ventura alleges that Combs will make her engage in sexual activities with other men. Combs came across an email between Ventura and Kid Cudi's staff about a toiletry bag.
When Sean first found out about me and Kid Cudi, he went crazy. He started throwing stuff all over the room. He was cussing all over the place. He smacked me around a couple times. In fact, he actually squirted some baby oil on the back of his hand and then smacked me as hard as he can across my face.
So yeah, one time I took her to a West Hollywood hotel so I could get her away from Diddy, because at that point we didn't know what he was going to do. And while there, I got a call from Diddy's assistant, Capricorn Clark. She told me that Diddy and the affiliate were in my house.
Is that a real name, Capricorn Clark? It sounds like a play of words here. I told you I'm not keeping up with that case in real life. I'm just not. It's so disturbing. And I knew Cassie was pregnant, but is she really that big? Oh, the little baby in the belly. All right.
And he basically forced her to go with them. And then all of a sudden, I called Diddy up and I asked him, yo, why are you in my house? What are you doing in my house? And he said in these exact words, I want to talk to you. And Diddy hung up. So I drove back home to my house. And when I got there, he had locked my dog in the bathroom.
What?
And it was around Christmas time. So he opened up all my family's Christmas gifts. It's crazy. Wow. That was just the first time.
You know, opened up your family's Christmas gifts. Now you trying to say I'm the Grinch? Come on now, Daddy. You know damn well I wouldn't go in another man's house and open up his family's Christmas gifts. And it ain't even Christmas. Man, Cudi, if you don't get out of here with that boy, you know what I'm saying, Daddy? Like I said before, man, all these crazy allegations, I don't know what they be talking about. That's all I know is they trying to set me up and I'm innocent.
Yeah, the fact that a grown man keeps saying daddy like it's a tick. Like it's almost something he can't even help at this point in his life. It's disturbing in and of itself. He literally calls grown men daddy. It's not like you hear him saying this to women like saying mommy or ma. You know, you don't hear him calling women ma or mama or mommy. But a grown man is willing to refer to another grown man as daddy. You can't make this shit up.
You know what I'm saying? And this ain't got nothing to do with no trafficking or no racketeering or anything like that. So why do you even call this nigga to the stand? I don't know why.
Ms. Ventura continued to describe Diddy's irate behavior after finding out about her and Kid Cudi's, whose real name is Scott Muscuddy's, relationship in 2011. And this is what she had to say.
I just remember him kicking me really, really hard in my back. And as I hit the floor, he did his little two-step dance on my back. And then he ran over to get a wine opener. And I just remember him putting a wine opener between his fingers and lunging it at me. At that time, I was able to run off. And I called Scott using a burner phone. And I warned him of what Sean said. And this is exactly what Sean told me. He said, last time, I locked his dog in a bathroom and I opened his family's Christmas gifts. But this time, I'm going to blow up his car.
Oh, my God.
So I guess it was when me and Cassie had went to Connecticut. That must have sent Diddy over the edge. Because that's when I found out that someone set my Porsche on fire. And that's what he was threatening Cassie with.
You know, I've heard some scary stories linked with P. Diddy regarding Biggie and Tupac and all of that. And I'm, you know, even with the incident with the bar where the guy, I think he's some elected official, he went to prison and stuff. Just to think that he robbed people of their liberty and freedom. I mean, just had someone thrown in prison for years and robbed him of his entire livelihood, his liberty and freedom, because he's a punk. And decided to do all the stuff he did and wanted someone else to take the fall for it. I mean, if people will stop obsessing over celebrities, he probably would have gone to prison a long time ago for many other things. So it sucks that it takes all of this to have to happen for him to finally have to stand before a judge in a court of law. Diddy, you can go to hell.
2 weeks prior, saying that, you know, he opened up my family's Christmas gifts and locked my dog in the bathroom. And next he's gonna blow up my car.
To the children?
So when me and Cassie left for Connecticut, we were gone for a couple weeks, and Diddy was calling her phone left and right. And then out of the blue, I get a call from my dog sitter, and my dog sitter says that my Porsche is on fire. So apparently someone cut the top of my Porsche open and dropped a Molotov cocktail bomb in the top of my car.
That's crazy
so
work.
Whoever to drop a cot bomb on my car, it had to be.
Oh my God.
There's no one else that'll drop a cot bomb in someone's car. Yeah, I mean, except someone who is enraged and jealous.
Man, why the hell would I be enraged and jealous of some one-hit wonder? You know what I'm saying, Daddy? It wasn't me. I ain't got no cot bomb in your car. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. What I look like cooking a cocktail. And what I look like cooking a cocktail.
Oh my God.
In your car. Huh, Daddy? A cocktail. Here we go with the lies again. Just trying to set me up. Like God. I said before, this ain't got nothing to do with no trafficking or no racketeering case. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on out here. Like I told y'all before, I've never trafficked anything and I've never racketeered anything. All right? This is your boy Pixar Diddy. You know what I mean? Kathy, Kid Cudi, Punisher. You know what I mean? All these other people out here putting out these allegations of me having a Tootsie Roll and all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? All of it, none of it can affect me because I'm brother love. I'm the embodiment of love. And like I told y'all before, I'm gonna be out of here soon and right back on top. You know what I mean? I thought I told you that we won't stop. You know what I'm saying? Pick that. And it's your boy Pixar Diddy. I'm out.
Woo! You're the worst.
Stop buying courses. But first things first, let me build your store.
Yeah, hold on. I don't have the premium stuff because you got to pay for it. There's one more thing I have to add on. So we got them back to back, y'all. I had to line this up back to back to make sure I had them all here because I wanted to do all four. And I'm going from oldest to newest this time. So the last video will be the most recent video that Night and Day Cartoon Network posted up. Oh man, this is funny stuff. I just, like I said, I'm just always taken aback how he's so quick to call a grown ass man daddy. It's like a tick with him. He just doesn't even care that he's saying it now. You know, I mean, what would be so hard with him just coming out as bisexual, at least if that's what he is? I don't get it. Why is he fighting that?
Week 3 of testimony in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs. Capricorn Clark took the stand today, and at times she was emotional. She worked for Sean Combs, first as an assistant. She testified, telling jurors her hours were 9 a.m. to 4 a.m., and that during this time she developed alopecia.
Sean was very violent. I started working for Sean as his assistant, and some days I just didn't want to show up to work, but he would call me on the phone and he threatened me to come in, and
let's say she had alopecia.
I just didn't know what to do.
Oh my God.
Eventually it got so bad that I started actually losing my hair. My hair started falling out because being around Sean, I didn't know what he would do.
At the start of her employment, Clark says Combs threatened to kill her after learning she previously worked for his rival, Suge Knight.
So I previously used to work for Suge Knight before I started working for Sean. And when Sean found out that I used to work for Suge Knight, he went crazy. He started getting violent and yelling and screaming at me. He actually put a gun
would he
out
care?
and asked me, was I still working for Suge? And he pointed the gun at my head and said, what information was I telling him? And I tried to tell him, Sean, I'm not working for Suge anymore. And he just got more and more crazy. And then eventually I tried to run out of there, but then he tripped me. And after he tripped me, he actually launched a bottle of baby oil at me, and it just missed me. And then I was able to escape that day.
Capricorn Clark, huh? Yeah, Clark used to work for me. And then she ended up quitting and going over there to work for Puffy. I told her don't go over there. I told her that. He was
this is something else.
And she was going to be trying to come back.
Yo, look at the top of his head. It's like a little walnut up there. Suge Knight, the top of his head does not match the rest of his face. Oh Lord. He just sits up there like a little pickle.
Why don't you go work for that man? Ain't no coming back here. And that's exactly what I told the bitch.
Clark also testified Combs had an issue with rapper 50 Cent, and after seeing him, said something about how he liked guns.
Ain't nobody worried about no puppy. Man, that dude's a snowflake. He wouldn't even
Oh
hurt
my
him.
God,
He wouldn't
that's
bust
so
a grape in a
good.
food fight.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Oh man, what does that say? Does that say 5th unit, D unit, she unit? What the heck? That like she unit to me. Oh my God. They did this. Oh man. Well done, Night and Day. Y'all did this one. This looks like 50 Cent. This looks like 50 Cent. Oh my goodness. They even got the lineup with the beard. Oh my God.
Clark described having to undergo a lie detector test over the course of 5 days because she says jewelry on loan to Combs went missing. The man running the test told her allegedly if she failed, I'll throw you in the East River.
Of course, that bitch had to take a lie detector test, but that's all she do is lie. You know what I'm saying? See, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? These false witnesses out here trying to make you look like the bad guy because you know the system trying to set me up because I went against Diageo. You know what I'm saying, Daddy? You know what I mean? They just mad because I was a black man and they know they wouldn't have sold as much liquor as they did without me. And I had for a bigger piece of the pie and they got mad. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even grow my agave for my baby on that year. So I had to take them to court. And that's what this is really about. You know what I'm saying, Daddy?
Clark detailed the time that Combs was home in 2010, where Combs, she said, called Cassie Ventura into the room and asked her to, quote, sit down, stand up, turn around, turn the other way, walk over there, grab that, hand me that, walk back, turn around, go back in the other room. Ventura did it, she testified, and Combs said to Clark and 2 other women present, did you see that? You expletives won't do that. That's why you don't have a man.
Yeah, I bit it. You know what I'm saying? I called Cassie in there and told her to walk straight, walk left, walk right, get this, get that. You know what I'm saying? I had to because I had to show her how a man's supposed to treat a woman and how a woman's supposed to listen to a man. You know what I mean? Because she don't want to listen to nobody. And that's just what it is. That ain't illegal. So I had to sit in that courtroom silently, you know what I mean, with all those clowns in this big old circus that's going on and them trying to take me down. You know what I'm saying? You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. Yeah. Like I said before, I'm going to be out and I'm going to be back on top. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make all these haters eat they work.
They better not catch him in cell block 1.
Meet the Bark phone, a safer phone for your child.
Oh, P Diddy, they don't put you in cell block 1, bro. You're going to cell block 1. I don't know what happened with this. I clicked the wrong button.
I'm going to be out and I'm going to be back on top. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make...
Hold
on. And I tripped and fell because the floor was so slippery from all the baby oil that was squirted on there from earlier. And I forgot what the argument was about, but he was arguing with someone else and I made a comment and he just pushed me as hard as he can. And I tripped and slid all the way across the floor.
Oh
and
my God.
At that point, I was just done. I was done. I left and I said, no, Sean, I'm not working for you anymore. And the next day he called, he apologized. He actually sent a big bouquet of flowers over to my house and all this other gifts like this Chanel bag. And I ended up folding and I ended up going back to work for Sean.
Oh no.
Day. And I'm not too proud of that.
Last week, Scott Mescudi testified he briefly dated Cassie, and when Combs found out, Mescudi said his home was broken in.
Y'all see why it would be hard for me to hear the real thing coming from an actual human beings. I know this is real in court, but for me to have to sit here and watch that versus actually watch this animated version of this, it takes out the it takes away my willingness to just sit and yell and scream at the laptop at my mic, because P. Diddy is a fucking demon. He's a damn demon. This is insane. And you can imagine what would have happened had she not went back to work for him, because not only would he have made it hard for her to work for him again, but probably made it hard for her to work for anyone else. I mean, if you're the former assistant of P. Diddy, you got a lot of secrets. You holding on. But if you're taking this level of physical and emotional and mental abuse, and you try to go work for somebody else, yeah, because he's a coward and a punk ass, he doesn't want people to know he's beating up women or abusing them in any way. So of course he's gonna make it harder for her to try to get a job somewhere else. This is crazy.
And on another occasion, a Molotov cocktail was thrown at his car. Jurors saw pictures of that damaged Porsche. Clark told the jury Combs was banging on her door holding a gun, asking her who Scott was, telling Clark to get dressed because they were going to go kill him. She told the jury she said she didn't want to go, and Combs allegedly said, "I don't give an expletive what you want to do, go get dressed." Clark said they arrived at Mescady's house. Combs and another employee went in, but she stayed in the car. She said she called Cassie and told her Combs had a gun and was at Mescady's house to kill him. Mescady drove up, she said, and sped off. Combs' vehicle started chasing him briefly. Combs told Clark to go talk with Mescady and convince him not to tell police it was him or that he killed them all.
That day was so crazy. When Sean found out that Cassie was dating Scott, he went crazy. He started calling up all types of people with a couple of other guys, and I don't know what they did in there. Next thing I know, they came out, and then Scott just happened to pull up in his car. And as Sean was getting in his car, Scott seen Sean, and he drove off. Sean actually drove after him, but then he eventually stopped following him because I guess he lost him.
What in the world?
And then Sean told me, he looked me dead in my eyes while holding a gun to my head and said, "You better tell him that he never saw me, or you're all going to die." And when I looked at Sean's eyes, I could just see a demon inside him, and I knew he wasn't lying. He would have killed us all.
Bitch, you lying. Ain't none of that happened.
Yeah, no, you do have a demon. That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. P. Diddy has a demon. Yeah, there's definitely a demon in him. Probably two. What an asshole he is. He's the worst.
See, they should have had a lie detector test up in that courtroom.
You can get one.
Once again,
what is that?
These Negroes trying to set me up, and she's just taking that damn line. I ain't never go to that man's house with no guns. I ain't never threatened her. I ain't never put no gun to her head and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she talking about, y'all. See, all this lying that they got them up here going. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is all linked to Diageo. Diageo put all these Negroes up to this. Because I feel like I'm being set up right now. Because they know that I know that they know that none of this took place. You know what I'm saying, Daddy? Only thing that probably was true, you know what I'm saying, is all the baby oil stuff. You know, I love my baby oil. It ain't nothing illegal about that. You know what I'm saying?
Woo! Oh my God, y'all, we going through them.
Later that same day at his home, she says Combs repeatedly kicked Ventura and that none of his staff intervened. Clark, who cried at times, says she called Ventura's mother and told her Combs was beating the expletive out of your daughter. "I'm in over my head. Please help her. I can't call police, but you can." She says Cassie's mother told her, "I'll handle it."
So one time I walked into the office and Sean was beating the crap out of Cassie. And it was so bad that I got scared, and I ended up calling Cassie's mom. And she said she would handle it and she would call the police, but nothing came about. It just was another normal day of Sean beating Cassie. And of course, as Cassie was getting beat, she was talking back to Sean at the same time and trying to get little swings in, but nothing came about. Only thing that happened was, you know, Cassie got bruised up and she put her makeup on as usual to cover it up, and nothing ever happened. It just, everything just went on as usual.
Like she wasn't talking back and kicking my ass too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, that toxicity went both ways. She was toxic and I was toxic. We both was whooping each other's behinds. You know what I'm saying?
How we didn't see that.
It was just like another reenactment of Ike and Tina Turner when he was in the back of that limo.
No.
And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? She
Nope. Because if she was whooping your ass, you would have some scars or something on you too. And wouldn't that have been a constant thing? What we saw in that hotel footage was absolutely one-sided. He was just whooping on her ass. She was on the ground. That's it. That's not the sign of somebody fighting back. It's just not. Oh, man. He's got two demons in him. One that likes to say daddy and the other one that doesn't know how to stop abusing women.
She left with a couple bumps and bruises. Sometimes I had a couple bumps and bruises. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. It was a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? I admit that I went through some dark times with Cassie, but we held each other down when we was with each other. Now it's just all, you know what I'm saying, a big circus and a big clown show. And Diageo trying to get back at me. And Cassie's husband trying to get up at me because he need money, because he broke. And that's just what this is about. It's a bum. Yeah, I mean, convincing Cassie to come after me. And Diageo was behind it all. That's why they all coming after me. You know what I'm saying, Daddy? And that's just what it is.
Clark said when asked by arson investigators about Mescady's car, she testified she didn't know anything about that incident. Clark said she was terminated in 2012 and reached a settlement with Combs for wrongful termination. In 2016, she said she went back to work as creative director for Ventura until 2018. In April 2024, she said she met with Combs' attorneys, telling them she wanted her life back and described what it would look like if she worked as Combs' chief of staff. On cross-examination, the defense brought that meeting up, noting Clark said, "You didn't think Miss Ventura was good for Mr. Combs?" "Correct," she told the jury. "Why?" she was asked. She replied, "They were toxic as a couple." The defense also pulled up texts Clark sent Combs in 2021, talking about having a crush on him before she started working for him and reminiscing about times they hung out with another mutual friend.
What?
Let me ask y'all something. What evidence do they got? what I'm saying? What, me and Cassie, toxic relationship?
You beating her up in a hotel. You know that piece of evidence you tried to have suppressed by the hotel because the hotel had cameras. Yeah, that was evidence. It's video evidence. It's video footages of you actually beating her up, and she's on the ground, not fighting back. I would have. I mean, I would have given it my all, but I would have definitely fought back. I mean, he literally was holding his entire manhood with a towel with one hand, and he still overpowered her. So, if someone fights back all the time, they're not gonna let that one time be the time they just get wailed on by someone that is basically naked and only covered up by one towel with one hand. No, because then you're vulnerable, and it would be easier to just right then and there just go and fight back so that you could drop that towel and then get your ass locked up for indecent exposure. Nah, she didn't fight back. I don't know what's so toxic about someone that's being laid out on the ground. It's crazy how that, somehow he thinks that we're all supposed to work reality around us. But his dumb ass, you're still in prison, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Us being two freaks, loving our freak offs, using our baby oil, you know what I'm saying?
Baby
and
oil.
Calling up escorts, whatever they trying to say. You know what I'm saying? None of that being illegal. Everything that we did was consensual. You know what I mean? Of course, like I said, we went through our dark times. But I'm gonna keep it here. I'm gonna say, like I always say, I ain't never trafficked no one, and I ain't never racketeer anything. I'm gonna maintain my innocence, and I'm gonna be out of here soon. And right back on top, because I ain't do anything. You know what I'm saying? All I did was squirt a little bit of baby oil, smack a little bit of asses. You know what I'm saying? Did a little bit of partying, maybe did a little bit of drug here and there, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just like every other entertainment.
Baby oil. You know
what I'm saying? So this is all bogus. Like I said, it's a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, okay.
And this is just one big circus.
Oh, no.
And at the end of it all, I'm going to maintain my innocence. And that's just what it is. This picture of Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm up out of here, Daddy. And it is what it is. Yeah. Take that.
Woo!
Have you ever run a background?
Yo. Take that. Night and day. Hilarious.
Fight with each other. Right now we're listening to a woman. Diddy and Cassie
let's see. We're here at I think this is the third video. This was done 11 days ago. So this is all part of, what's going on with the trial and everything. And then I think there's one more after this. And man, this is hilarious. I love the animations here. It is so spot on. So it's just funny, like to see when the person's talking, you have the people in the jury, their mouths are moving and talking almost at the same time, but look like they're saying the same thing. That's just so funny. It just adds to the humor of it. Let's go.
Usually got in a knife fight with each other. Right now we're listening to a woman named Brianna. This is one of Cassie's very good friends, and she told a really disturbing story. Apparently one time she was sleeping over at Cassie's apartment, heard a loud banging at the door, and it was Diddy. He came in and he was furious, started fighting with Cassie. One thing went to another, and Diddy allegedly threw a knife at her.
So we're having to get together.
Wow, look at that hair.
And next thing you know, we hear loud banging on the door. It was so loud that it shook the apartment. So Cassie gets up and goes to the door, asking who is it. And when she opens the door, it's Biddy. He's standing there yelling and screaming at Cassie. He pushes her out of the way and storms into the apartment. He looks at me with the most evil eye that I've ever seen. He had like a demon in him, and he's yelling and screaming.
Yeah, you got two.
The next thing you know, he pulls out a knife, and he picks a small travel-sized bottle of baby oil and squirts it on the tip of the knife on the blade, and then he launches it at Cassie. And it just missed her.
The knife missed her, and Cassie wasn't injured. But after Diddy threw a knife, Cassie took the knife and threw it at him. It also missed him too. So apparently there were no injuries. But after this, Diddy just stormed out.
So Cassie gets so mad and infuriated that she picks up the knife and launches it back at Diddy, and it just misses her. So they argue a little bit more, and next thing you know, Diddy storms back out of the apartment.
Brianna said she didn't alert police about this because she was scared about what Diddy would do.
Bitch, I wasn't going to touch you. You know what I'm saying?
God.
There they go, putting another pawn up there on the stand. The lie on me.
Diddy.
To try to take me down. Then they bought some bitch in there that looked like Zelle from Mortal Kombat. Sit up there and tell lies. Now, why would I bring a knife to Cassie's apartment for? You know what I'm saying? They did squirt some baby oil, some Johnson & Johnson on a knife. When I got a knife right here in my pants that I like to squirt Johnson & Johnson on.
What?
Well, you must be up there playing. Coming up there lying on me. You know damn well I ain't pouring no knife out.
Where are the guards? Where are the damn guards? Are you kidding me? This clown. Oh, P. Diddy, you're the worst demon ever. You're the worst. Jesus. I can't believe he looks as old as he does. Y'all gotta remember he was out able to get his hair dyed and colored. And when he can't get any of that, look how gray his fucking hair is. How gray his hair is. He should be, I mean, he's lost a lot of weight, but I mean, I can't believe how fast his hair has grayed out. Oh man. Yeah, well, put his ass in cell block 1.
I would throw no knife in no Cassie's apartment. They got you up there, mind that they trying to take me down because they know, you know what I mean? I was on top and I was telling the truth so much and they ain't like it. So now they got me up in here in jail on some false allegations with no bail. You know what I'm saying?
No
and that's just what it is.
Brianna also testified about an incident with Sean Diddy Combs in 2016 where she said she was held over a 17-story balcony by the music mogul.
So one time I stayed at Cassie's apartment and we were in her bedroom. And next thing you know, Diddy come storming into the apartment and walked into the bedroom. And I walked out onto the balcony, you know, from the bedroom to give them two privacy. And the next thing I know, Diddy comes storming onto the balcony and he grabs me and lifts me up towards over the balcony and starts screaming at me and saying, you know what you did. You know what you did. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. And next thing I know, he let me go and pushed me onto the balcony furniture.
That's crazy.
I slipped and fell and I hurt my leg.
Yeah, you know what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Hanging off of this balcony. Bitch, mine again.
Oh my
God.
You know, oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? You know, damn. You know what you did. You know what I'm saying? You know what you did. Now I got your Zelle looking ass hanging off of this balcony. Bitch, mine again.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? You know damn well I ain't hearing you over no balcony. You watching too many movies. Who'd you think this, the 5 heartbeats?
Where's the video footage on that? I must have missed that evidence. Okay. They should have video camera footage if it's at a hotel. Didn't he have cameras up all throughout his homes and properties? He literally thinks that none of this stuff was captured on a video. Oh my God. And then you outside hanging somebody over a balcony. You don't think your neighbors knew you were there and probably were recording you the whole time? Oh man, he's an idiot. All right.
Man, like I said, they bring these clowns in here to basically take me down because I was getting too big and too powerful. You know what I'm saying? And it was a war at the top. It was scared of your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew how powerful I was just by how much liquor I was selling. No. And they trying to take me down. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I think I should be getting pardoned out of here. Go Trump. What up, Daddy? Yep. You know what I'm saying? I see you over there pardoning people, getting them out of jail and whatnot. What about me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm innocent. All these false allegations. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know what I mean? Get your boy out. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm on top again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's sickening to think how these celebrities think they should actually just get out and get pardoned and get away with everything. Just like R. Kelly. Why in the hell is whatever threat that came out with this guard stuff, does that translate to an entire conviction being overturned? A jury still convicted him. Bo Brinley, you are the slimiest and greasiest of them all. My God.
I'll definitely make sure you stay on top. And that's just how it is. One hand wash the other. And that's just what it is, Mr. Trump. You know what I'm saying, Daddy?
You mentioned once that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble. Would you ever consider pardoning him?
You're not saying anything.
You're going to be the one that asks, but nobody's
asked. Oh my God.
I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close.
Look, oh man, that's so close. They are just spot on. This is spot on. They nailed this. They nailed his ass. Look at this. Oh my God, this is absolutely spot on. Oh my God, this is weird, man. This is like sitting here watching him animated. That's it. Oh, look at his neck.
First of all, I've looked at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot. But I think when I read it, sort of that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I read some little bit nasty statements in the paper also.
Gets elected, I really do believe in my heart there'll be a race war. That's why this message is not just to black people. You know what I'm saying? This message is to everybody. You know, this man is really trying to turn us against each other and put us in a situation. America messed up.
I don't think Trump forgot about that. Y'all know he petty as hell.
It's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
White men like Trump need to be banished.
Or seen that old videos taken out of context. You know what I'm saying, Daddy? Trump, don't listen to the old me. You know what I'm saying? I was drunk off daily on this Ciroc mixed together. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of pink cocaine.
Oh, God.
So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Daddy? Yeah, you know. I still love you, Trump. You know what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes things change. You know what I mean? Sometimes feelings get involved. And we say the wrong things when you really mean it. You know what I'm saying? You said, I mean, you know about the case. You haven't been following it like that. But I challenge you to start following my case. And then you will see that I am being treated unfairly. You know what I'm saying, Daddy? I'm just a man, you know what I mean, who's successful, black, love partying. You know what I'm saying? I happen to love Johnson & Johnson baby oil. I heard you love Johnson & Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Because you were definitely promoting they COVID shot. You know what I mean? And you were saying how you know, Johnson & Johnson is a good old American business. You know what I'm saying? So we got that in common. And yeah, your boy's innocent. You know what I'm saying? All these things that they
only because he wanted credit for COVID. Oh my God.
Charging me with all these allegations, they all false. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never trafficked no one, and I ain't never racketeered anything. I'm gonna maintain my innocence. You know what I'm saying? This your boy, Pixar Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I might, you know what I'm saying? I didn't vote for you, Trump. You know what I mean? I ain't vote for you, Daddy, but you know what I mean? If you get me out of here, once I get back on top, I'm gonna make sure you stay on top too. And then we both will be on top. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying, Daddy?
Woo! He just want to get out of prison.
Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend testified in his federal trial that
I think this is the last one that I had in the lineup. Yep. All right, so like I said, y'all make sure y'all check out Night and Day Cartoon Network. This was the one they did 6 days ago, so I'm assuming another one's coming out soon, just based on how often they're posting about this. But let's continue to show them some love, because their animations is spot on. They nailed Trump. That looked just like Trump and sound like him. That was good. That was really, really good. Oh man! All right, let's get to it.
She pleaded with him to stop pressuring her into sex acts with male escorts. She was shocked when she learned of Cassie Ventura's 2023 lawsuit. The witness, identified as Jane Doe, who dated Combs on and off from 2021 to 2024, alleged years of course sex with escorts. He initially thought the couple had a one-night escapade with the sex worker, but it turned into frequent hotel nights, where Combs allegedly pushed her to have sex with several men consecutively, lasting as long as 3.5 days.
Oh my God.
Me and Sean dated off and on from 2021 to about 2024 when he got arrested. Things between me and him started off good. You know, we traveled a lot. We went out a lot. And it just, one day he said he wanted to spice things up. So he asked me how would I feel about hiring a male entertainment and have a hotel night. And I didn't really know what he meant. And when he explained it to me, I felt a little uncomfortable. But he assured me that, you know, it'd be fun. It'd only be for one night, and it'd spice things up between us. So, you know, I folded and we did it. We had the hotel night, but that night ended up lasting for almost 3 days. Of course, there were a lot of
I mean, who's the Jane Doe? I don't know if they've named her yet, but I don't know who she is other than Cassie filed her lawsuit and they settled it. Once again, the act of settling the lawsuit as opposed to letting it go to court obviously means that you have something to hide, or some exhibits you don't, or discovery you don't want shared, or facts or details about the case you don't want to get out. You don't settle something if you know you did not do anything wrong. It makes no sense. So, all right.
drugs and a lot of baby oil, a lot of butt play.
Ew,
I dare you to let me build.
Oh God.
Yeah, butt play. Was it between you and Diddy, or between Diddy and the Mount Entertainment?
You know, a lot of that type of stuff. It was only supposed to be for one night. It lasted 3 days, and after that, I just felt so weirded out. I called off with him temporarily, but he coerced me back into a relationship by paying all my bills for me and constantly sending me money and expensive gifts. And I just folded. And Next thing I know, we was having these hotel nights, you know, every week or bi-weekly.
Oh my
I
God.
really don't like that guy.
No, right.
There were also text messages read that Jane Doe allegedly sent to
That is
Combs.
right,
One
what she
saying,
said.
I don't want to be used and locked in a room to fulfill your fantasies. I'm not a porn star. I'm not an animal.
After a while, it just got so tiring, you know. I've suffered from UTIs, severe back pain, cervix pain, you know, being fed, you know, one male entertainer after another. It just led to so many complications and all the drugs and all the baby oil. Oh, I got so sick and tired of baby oil. Just the smell of it made me sick to my stomach because it just reminded me of all the abuse that I had to endure, you know, dating Sean for that small period of time. It's just so exhausting. And one night I just got so fed up and I texted him. I knew he was on his way to the hotel with more male entertainment. I'm like, Sean, I can't keep doing this. You know, I'm not your private little porn star, nor am I an animal. And I just felt so used and abused. And of course, you know, he talked me into it. And at that time, I was in a bad space financially, mentally, and he was just like, you know, a financial arm to lean on because he paid for everything. He paid for my bills. He paid for all the things that I wanted, vacations, everything. And I just felt like I was so manipulated, and I just want to see justice.
Here we go, y'all.
Oh God.
With another one of these Jane Does. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna start calling them Jane No Doe. You know what I'm saying? Because all they do is put all these cases against me, trying to get my dough, and they all named Jane because they don't want to.
They all named Jane. You should have thought about that when you was getting these young ladies that didn't have jobs, not making their own money, sitting here relying on you financially. Of course, you want them to be locked up in a hotel room for 3 days. You can't have no regular job doing that bullshit. You got, at some point, you got to get up and go to work. Even if you're talking about a weekend and maybe a holiday, that 3-day escapade stuff has to come to an end. You got to let the drugs get out your system and all this other crap. You got these people under all these damn, between drugs and alcohol, under the influence. They wouldn't be able to function at a regular job. So don't get mad when they come to you talking about, yeah, I need my rent paid for like 2 good months because, you know, I've missed 6 days of work and I probably was fired last year. I mean, fooling around with his dumb ass, this 2-headed demon. Oh God.
Release the identity because they know they up there lying. You know what I'm saying? All them don't smut on my name. They had me sitting up in here for all these months, not being able to get bail, and all they got on me is a hotel domestic dispute. You know what I mean? Between 2 freaks and a couple of text messages, and everything else is just, you know, what everybody alleged. He said, she said. That's all there is. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up in here. There's no justice. You know what I'm saying? She talking about justice. What about my justice? You know what I'm saying? We see.
Let's imagine Cassie for a moment being his daughter in that hotel room, being kicked around by a man probably twice her age, being dragged, having things thrown at her. Let's imagine that Cassie is now P. Diddy's daughter. I'm wondering if that outrage would be the same. Because I highly doubt he would want any man to do that to his daughters. I highly doubt that. Yeah. You know, Cassie is some man's daughter too. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Except P. Diddy. You can go to hell.
Michael Jeffries, Abercrombie guy. We see him get off. You know what I mean? He got hit with trafficking. He got hit with racketeering. He got hit with all this. You know what I'm saying? They gave that man bail. Look at me. I'm still sitting up in this jail cell. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for my justice. And all we hear is a bunch of lies. Nobody got me real evidence. And they still got me up in here sitting and rotting to death.
Jane Doe also recalled fainting when she learned of Ventura suing Combs in November of 2023 on allegations that he trafficked, sexually assaulted, and physically abused her. Jane told the court she felt like I'm reading my own sexual drama as she poured through Cassie's lawsuit.
Oh my God. When I seen Cassie's lawsuit, and as I was reading through it, I got so emotional because it's like I'm reading my own sexual trauma. Like, this is exactly what Sean did to me. All the abuse, all the men, all the drugs, all the baby oil. I got PTSD. It's so traumatic.
Oh God. That baby oil is traumatizing, y'all. It is. It's traumatizing.
It just made me sick to my stomach just thinking about all those hotel nights.
Bitch, you look like you lying. You know what I'm saying? You know damn well you love those hotel nights too. Acting like you ain't called me up saying when we gonna have another hotel night or when we gonna have another freak off. Y'all loved all the drugs. You know what I'm saying? All the Johnson & Johnsons. Because y'all know y'all love those Johnsons.
Diddy, you're the worst.
You know what I'm saying? I love my Johnsons. You know what I mean? I love using Johnson & Johnson. On my Johnsons. And on their Johnsons. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna maintain my innocence. Like I said before, I never tracked anyone. I never racketeered anything. You know what I'm saying? This your boy Pixar Diddy. And I'm gonna be out here soon and back on time. I thought I told you that we won't stop. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Because I told y'all it's bad boy for life. You know what I'm saying? AKA Brother Love, AKA Tootsie Roll, as y'all call me. Which is another lie. You know what I'm saying? Man, see, this is just what it is. Our justice system is all messed up. Because like I said, I'm still sitting in this cell, even though I'm innocent and they ain't got no evidence. But I'm going to be out soon. And like I told y'all, I'm going to keep telling y'all, I'm going to be back on top. All right? Because I thought I told y'all that we won't stop.
Shop now at nightandayherbals.com and enjoy 35% off all our herbal CBD products. Automatic.
Oh man. Hey y'all, that's the website for nightandayherbals.com. This was so much fun. I enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I love these reactions. Oh, I am so behind on this. I wanted to do this a couple days ago, but it's been a lot going on. But I finally got it done. And I feel so good and liberated. This is a good laugh had by all. P. Diddy needs to stay in prison for the rest of his life and be put in cell block 1. All right. Make sure you all hit the like button and subscribe and check out Night and Day Cartoon Network. Thank you guys. Shout out to you all for subscribing here to the LLC. I am honored that you guys have taken the time to subscribe here. Also consider becoming a member here in the LLC. We have some exclusive content and things that we're posting, and you know, I try to do once a week, members only live streams, just to chat with you guys and have a good time and a good laugh. And yes, I'm going to continue to do that. At the end of the day, I want you guys to continue to take care of yourselves. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, except P. Diddy. And make sure you guys love on your kids. Protect your daughters. Don't let them go out and meet men like P. Diddy, because all the money in the world cannot take away the trauma that he has induced upon these young ladies. So, until the next one, lady, look out. Deuces.